What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Camp Nou construction update. I know many of you have been waiting for this one because there's so much happening at the stadium right now. Today, we're going to cover some really important developments, from the official completion timeline straight from Joan Laporta himself, to the incredible progress we're seeing with the rock wool installation, the interior work, and what's happening with those third-tier seats that so many of you have been asking about. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this entire update, because what's happening at Camp Nou right now is absolutely fascinating. So let's not waste any time and jump right into it. All right, let's start with the question that literally hundreds of you have been flooding the comments section with: when will Camp Nou actually be finished? Well, we finally have some official answers, and they come directly from Joan Laporta himself. According to Laporta, the main construction work will be completed by the end of 2026. That's the bulk of the work we're seeing right now. The structural elements, the facades, the seating areas, all of that will be done by late 2026. Now let's talk about something visually stunning that's happening right now at the construction site. The workers have resumed the installation of the rock wool insulation. And when you see the latest footage and images, it's genuinely impressive how this is transforming the look and functionality of the stadium. For those of you who might not be familiar with rock wool, this is a high-performance insulating material that's absolutely essential for a modern stadium like Camp Nou. But it's not just the gaps around the facade. Some other parts of the stadium are also being covered with these insulating materials, and the effect is really striking. The rock wool serves multiple purposes. First, it provides thermal insulation, which means the stadium will be much more energy efficient, keeping heat in during winter and helping maintain cooler temperatures during summer. Let's talk about the interior sections, specifically the cores of the stairways, because this reveals something really important about the construction philosophy behind the new Camp Nou. You'll notice that they've been prepared with pure galvanized sheet metals combined with polyurethane foam. The polyurethane foam adds another layer of insulation and structural support. The construction team isn't just concentrating on the outer layers that everyone will see and photograph. They're putting the same level of care, the same quality materials, and the same attention to detail into the interior aspects that most fans will never even notice or think about. These are the stairway cores, the behind-the-scenes infrastructure that makes the stadium function. This approach speaks volumes about the long-term vision for Camp Nou. This isn't a stadium that's being built to look good for a few years. This is a stadium that's being constructed to be a world-class facility for generations to come. Moving back to the exterior, let's focus on the lower sections because there's some really exciting activity happening there that gives us a clear indication of what's coming next. If you look carefully at the latest images from the construction site, you can clearly see workers busily tightening the anchors at the lower sections of the exterior facade. Now, for those of you who've been following these updates for a while, you know exactly what this means. When you see those parts of the stadium with workers meticulously tightening anchors like that, it's a telltale sign that they're preparing the surface for the next phase. And what's the next phase? The installation of the decorative panels. This is actually really exciting because the decorative panels are what will give Camp Nou its final stunning appearance. These are the elements that everyone will see, that will define the aesthetic of the stadium, that will make it instantly recognizable from miles away. The fact that workers are now preparing the anchor points means we're getting very close to seeing these panels go up. The process is quite methodical. First, they install the structural framework. Then they add the insulation layers, which we talked about earlier with the rock wool. Then they prepare and tighten all the anchor points to ensure they can safely and securely hold the decorative panels. And finally, they install the panels themselves. The third-tier seats. So many of you were asking when we're going to see the seats installed in the upper sections of the stadium. And I've got some really encouraging news based on what we're seeing with the concrete terrace installation. Here's how it all connects. The radial beams are being installed, and these are absolutely crucial because they support the terraces. Once these beams are in place, it dramatically speeds up the installation of the rest of the terraces. Think of it like building a puzzle. The hardest part is getting the framework right, but once that's done, the remaining pieces fall into place much more quickly. The upper works are being done in phases, and if you've been watching closely, you've noticed how busy the workers have been concentrating on these upper installations. This focused effort is going to pay off very soon. the seat installation isn't something that happens overnight. It's a gradual process, but once the terrace foundation is complete, the seats can be installed relatively quickly. So my prediction, based on everything we're seeing, is that within 5 months, we'll start seeing the first seats being installed in the third tier. And once that begins, it's going to be another one of those moments where the stadium suddenly feels so much more real, so much closer to completion. There's something about seeing actual seats in a stadium that makes it feel alive, makes it feel ready for football. And there you have it, everyone. Your complete Camp Nou construction update for today. We've covered the official timeline from Joan Laporta, the impressive rock wool installation, the high-quality interior work, the preparation for decorative panels, and the upcoming third-tier seat installation. This stadium is progressing beautifully, and every update brings us closer to seeing this incredible project completed. If you enjoyed this update, make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know which part of the construction you're most excited about. Are you counting down to that roof installation in 2027? Are you eager to see those decorative panels go up? Let me know. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future updates. Trust me, with the pace things are moving at Camp Nou, you're going to want to stay tuned. Until next time, take care. In Visca Barça.